Hello students, once again we are here to solve a question which is based on case study. The question paragraph is, it has been observed that when electromagnetic radiation of short enough wavelength or high enough frequency fall on a metal, electrons are emitted from its surface. This phenomenon is called photoelectric effect and the electrons emitted are called photoelectrons. Different substances emit photoelectrons only when exposed to different kind of radiations. For a given emitter illuminated by light of given frequency, the photoelectric current is directly proportional to the intensity of incident light. For every emitter, there is a definite threshold frequency below which no photoelectrons are emitted, no matter what the intensity of light is. Above the threshold frequency, the maximum kinetic energy of photoelectron is proportional to the frequency of the incident light. Einstein proposed a theory for photoelectric effect. According to him, when photon of light fall on a metal, it is absorbed, resulting in the emission of photoelectron. The maximum kinetic energy of the emitted electron is given by K max is equals to h nu minus W0, where nu is the frequency of incident radiation and W0 is the work function of the metal. The constant h is called Planck's constant and its value is h is equals to 6.63 into 10 to the power minus 34 joule second. Furthermore, W0 is equals to h nu 0, where nu 0 is the threshold frequency. On the basis of this paragraph, we have to solve the following objective question. Question number 1 is, a metal of work function 3.3. Work function given to us is 3.3 electron volt, which is equals to 3.3 into 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 joule. Illuminated by a light of wavelength 300 nanometer, the threshold frequency of photoelectron is. Now, work function can be written as h into nu 0. Therefore, nu 0 is equals to W0 upon h, which is equals to 3.3 into 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 upon 6.63 into 10 to the power minus 34. On solving this, we get this is equals to 8.0 into 10 to the power 14 hertz. It means our option A is the correct answer. Now in question number 2. In question 1, the maximum kinetic energy of photoelectron is. Now the maximum kinetic energy is given by K max is equals to h into nu minus nu 0, or which can be written as h c by lambda minus nu 0. So now putting the value, h is that is equals to 6.63 into 10 to the power minus 34 bracket c is 3 into 10 to the power 8. Wavelength used is 300 nanometer, 300 into 10 to the power minus 9, and the threshold frequency comes out 8 into 10 to the power 14. On solving this, we get this value is equals to 1.32 into 10 to the power minus 19 joule. So our option A 1.32 into 10 to the power minus 19 joule is the correct answer. Now in question number 3, in question 1 above, the stopping potential is. Now we know that for stopping potential the kinetic energy maximum is given by EV0. Now kinetic energy is 1.32 into 10 to the power minus 19. Value of E is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 into V0. Solving this, we get V0 is equals to 0.825 volt. Hence in question option C is the correct answer. That is 0.825 volt. Now the question number 4. The photoelectric emission from a metal begins at frequency 6 into 10 to the power 14 Hz. The emitted photoelectrons are fully stopped by retarding potential 3.3 volt, the frequency of the incident radiation. It means in this question we are given threshold frequency is equals to 6 into 10 to the power 14 Hz and stopping potential is equals to 3.3 volt. Now we use the formula EV0 is equals to H nu minus H nu 0. So on putting this value, we have to calculate the frequency. We have to calculate frequency means we can say EV0 upon H. Now nu 0 will be equals frequency, right? So EV0 minus plus nu 0 will give us nu. So putting the values, we will get this equals to the value of E is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. V0 is 3.3 upon H is 6.63 into 10 to the power minus 34 plus nu 0. Nu 0 is 6 into 10 to the power 14. On solving this, we get this value to be equals to 1.4 into 10 to the power 15 Hertz. So in question we see that option C is giving us 1.4 into 10 to the power 15 Hertz. Now in question number 5. In question number 5 we are given light of wavelength 3000 angstrom is incident on two metals A and B, whose work functions are 4 electron volt and 2 electron volt respectively. Then option A will emit photoelectrons, B will not. Option B will emit photoelectrons, A will not. Option C, both A and B will emit photoelectrons. Option D, neither A nor B will emit photoelectrons. So now for this question, we know that the energy that is required, E is equals to H nu, or that is equals to Hc by lambda. Now the value of H is equals to 6.63 into 10 to the power minus 34. Value of C is 3 into 10 to the power 8 and wavelength is 3000 angstrom, means 3000 into 10 to the power minus 10. On solving this, we get this energy is equals to 6 into 10 to the power minus 19 joule, or in terms of electron volt, this is equals to 3.75 electron volt. Now, if this energy is required, or you can say this is equals to the energy that is falling on the material and then whose work function is less, then this energy will emit the electrons. Now we see here the work function of metal A is 4 electron volt, which is more, so it will not emit the electrons, but work function of B is 2 electron volt, which is less than 3.75, so only B will emit the electrons. Now in options, we can see that option B will emit photoelectrons but A will not, is the correct answer. Now in question number 6, we are given the slope of graph between stopping potential and its frequency. So we draw the graph first. The graph between stopping potential V0 and frequency is a straight line because stopping potential is directly proportional to frequency. So the graph goes like this. Now the slope we have to find out. Slope is given by value of y v0 upon value of x-axis, that is e nu. Now we know that e v0 is equals to h nu. Therefore we can say v0 upon nu is equals to h upon e, which is equals to slope. So now we see in the question h upon e, h upon c is option C. So option C is the correct answer. I hope you must have understood how to solve case study questions. For more questions, do check out my other videos.